Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Health, Wealth, and Good Credit. I'm your host, Wes Point, and this very episode is emotional intelligence, and it's very dear to my heart because I strive to improve myself on this concept every day. All right. The last episode, which was episode 1, we talked about mental health and ways to keep a good mind going, healthy and strong. This particular show is focused on another topic that will strengthen your mental health as well, which is emotional intelligence. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to interact with yourself and think about yourself in your day-to-day life, how you handle or you interact with others, not only yourself, but dealing with people in general in life. You may have a boss that you have to deal with. You may have a spouse that you have to deal with. You may have a little dog that you have to deal with. You may have a baby that you have to deal with. And especially dealing with yourself. Some people have no clue how to deal with themselves. I want you to take heed to what we are going to learn here. Emotional intelligence. Have you ever met someone who was an excellent listener? You could talk to them for hours, pouring out yourself to them in every situation, at every time. They just always seem to know the right words to say to soothe you, and in the right way as well. Even when what they have to say may not be so soothing. Maybe perhaps it is what you need to hear, but not what you want to hear. They can still somehow present it to you in a way that it is not offensive at all. Each time you interact with them, even when they are unable to provide tangible solutions to your problem, they can still manage to leave you more optimistic and hopeful. Have you ever wondered how they do it? Or perhaps you know someone who is great at managing their emotions. You never see them lose their cool, throw a tantrum, or cause a scene. They always appear to be in control of every situation, are always willing to see things from the other person's point of view, and can handle criticism quite well. Again, do you often wonder how they are able to achieve that? Well, the simple answer is that people in the above scenarios have a type of intelligence called emotional intelligence, and to a high degree as well. In this episode, we will discuss the concept of emotional intelligence and provide tips on how you can boost yours. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is a type of intelligence that focuses on one's ability to recognize and manage their emotions with an understanding of the influence of these emotions on those around them as well. Simply put, emotional intelligence is the awareness of how emotions can influence people and behavior, and learning to manage those emotions, both yours and others, such that they do not have a negative impact on the people around you. Human beings have many different personalities. Our personalities determine how we process our emotions and respond to things. And as personalities differ, so do our abilities to handle our emotions. That said, if you must attain success in life, it is necessary that you understand yourself as well as how to navigate your emotions. This is where emotional intelligence comes in. Emotional intelligence is what will help you understand and relate with other people more effectively. It will help you understand how others feel when they need help and how you can provide it. Let's talk about some characteristics of emotional intelligence. According to the American psychologist Daniel Goleman, in his book, Emotional Intelligence, which I would advise you all to pick up, why it can matter more than IQ, general IQ, just being smart. He explained that there are 5 main characteristics of emotional intelligence, namely self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills. We are going to analyze each characteristics to give you an understanding of how this form of intelligence appears in the real world. Let's start with the first one, self-awareness. Emotionally intelligent people are usually very self-aware. Self-awareness in this context refers to your ability to recognize and acknowledge your emotions. A self-aware person is not controlled by their feelings or emotions. They understand their moods, why they feel that way, as well as the effects their state of mind can have on the people around them. The hallmark of a self-aware person is confidence. They know their strength as well as their weaknesses and are not afraid of being criticized on their weak points. Self-awareness is one of the most important elements of emotional intelligence because you must first be aware of your emotions and feelings before you can learn how to control them. Which brings us to the next element of emotional intelligence, self-regulation. This is simply your ability to control and regulate your emotions. Somehow, who is in charge of their emotions will think before they react to anything. They do not make hasty decisions, neither are they impulsive. And even when they react to things, they do so in a mature and appropriate way that will not hurt the feelings of the other party. They are thoughtful and considerate of other people. This characteristic of emotional intelligence essentially focuses on how you respond to other people while keeping your own emotions in check. The next one is motivation. Emotional intelligence people are often highly motivated. They set goals and work towards achieving them. They are not afraid of challenges and view setbacks as a way to learn and come back better. Emotionally intelligent people do not typically struggle with self-doubt. If they want something, they will do their best to get it, regardless of the obstacles they may face. Their desire to see through every task, goal, or aspiration is what keeps them going. The next one is empathy. Recognizing and understanding your personal feelings and emotion is one thing. Recognizing and understanding the feelings and emotions of other people is another thing entirely, and it is called empathy. People who are emotionally intelligent are empathetic. Empathetic people are considerate of the feelings, needs, concerns, and opinions of others, even when these things are not obvious. They are open-minded and non-judgmental and have a genuine interest in people. Because of this characteristic, they're great at handling relationships, and you will find them to be good friends. Next is your social skills. With all the characteristics listed above, it is not surprisingly that people with high emotional intelligence have great social skills. They have great communication skills and excellent interpersonal skills, which makes it easy for them to build and maintain relationships. They make great leaders and executives because of how good they are at resolving conflicts and managing people. There are ways you can improve your emotional intelligence, and I'm going to go through some lists for you. Like general intelligence, emotional intelligence comes in different levels. However, unlike general intelligence, which is somewhat stable, people with low emotional intelligence can work on it to develop and improve on their abilities. We will look at some of the strategies you can use to improve your own level of emotional intelligence. Watch how you react to people. How do you act when people tell you things? Do you judge them or keep an open mind? Do you stereotype people before you even get a chance to interact with them? To work on your emotional intelligence, always try to understand other people's viewpoints. Do your best to be as open-minded as possible and understand the fact that people will always have a different perspective to things. Respect that. Be interested in the success of others. While there is nothing wrong with loving the spotlight, if you tend to hoard it, then you will need to learn how to share the spotlight with others and maybe even move away from it. Essentially, if you want to be emotionally intelligent, you should avoid being too self-absorbed with your own success. Give other people a chance to shine even when there is nothing in it for you. When you give others a chance at success, it will endear you to them and make you feel better about yourself. Take time to evaluate yourself. No one is perfect. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and it is pertinent that you know yours. Find out the areas you are lacking and look for ways you can improve on these areas to become a better person. If you cannot truly evaluate yourself, how can you expect to evaluate and understand other people? Keep a positive mindset. Emotionally intelligent people do not only have control over their emotions, they also control their attitude. There are many things in life that are outside your control. However, if you can control your emotions and attitude, then you will be better equipped to think constructively and make better decisions. So choose to be optimistic every day and do not let negative emotions get the best of you. Now, this is big. Observe how you react when stressed. Stress does things to people, and not always in a good way. It can bring out the worst in you and trigger you to do things you may not do under normal conditions. However, emotionally intelligent people will have their emotions under control at all times, especially in stressful situations. So watch out for how you deal with your emotions in stressful situations. Do you get upset and angry when things do not go as planned? Do you lash out when irritated? You must learn to stay calm and keep your emotions in check at all times. You will be able to make better decisions when you are calm, and when the issue is resolved, you will be glad you had kept your cool. Learn to be adaptable. In life, it is important to understand when to continue on your course and when to try out something new. This ability to be flexible and make decisions in your best interest when a strategy doesn't work anymore is known as adaptability. Adaptability could be applied in the way you treat yourself or other people. It could be in your daily routine or career. Basically, if there is something you do that doesn't necessarily make you or others happy, then you should reevaluate and consider what you can do about it. Know that there is nothing wrong with starting over, provided you know that it is the best decision to take. Take responsibility for your actions. All right, I'm going to say this again. Take responsibility for your actions. It can be tempting to shift blame, but you shouldn't. A sign of emotional intelligence is a willingness to take responsibility for one's action. Apologize when you hurt people, and when you do, be as genuine as possible. People can often see through pretense, and a dishonest apology will only push them further away. You might be surprised at how people are usually willing to forgive if they believe you're truly sorry and want to make things right. Be considerate of others in all you do. All right? Essentially, being empathetic. Always put yourself in other people's situation and try to imagine how they would feel about an action you want to take or a decision you are about to make. You should always have the best interests of others at heart. And in a situation where taking an action that will have dire consequences is unavoidable, you should also look for ways you can mitigate the consequences of such actions so as to lessen its effect on the affected people. In conclusion, while regular intelligence is important, it is not enough. Everyone needs a high level of emotional intelligence. It is what will you create. It is what will help you relate to other people while you work towards achieving your goals. Nonetheless, as an emotionally intelligent person, you must learn how to protect yourself from being emotionally sabotaged. When people sense that you keep an open mind, they may try to manipulate your emotions to fuel a selfish cause or personal agenda. That is why it is important that you keep improving on your emotional intelligence to sharpen your perspectivity of others so you can always see people for what they truly are and protect yourself. All right? Like a good old condom. Protect yourself. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of my show on emotional intelligence. Hopefully you took away a great amount of information here. All right. So with this being said, thank you for listening. And please love, like, share the information. Share the show. Tell a friend. Become a friend. I would like you to become a family, and I see you all the time. All right. Take care.